Hey guys, I hope you're having a good day. Happy Magic Monday, Tuesday. I mean, like, I wanted to get on here and do our a card. Again, I've shown you guys my other cards. I'm gonna go through them again just because I always think it's a good little so this is the start of it, because remember, it's the Humble Home stamp set and punch that I've shown you guys before. It's the Humble Home stamp set and punch, which is on clearance right now. It's so fun. I just can't get enough of it. I keep making stuff. So the first card was, obviously, I had to make an up card. And then I decided to make a Minnie Mouse card, because this little swirly stamp seemed very Minnie Mouse, but I of course upped it with all kinds of paper and cuteness. And then we have my Daisy card, which I absolutely love. I think this one's actually my favorite card. It's funny because it's not even with the stamp set. And then I have two other cards that there it is. I also really love my Goofy card. And so then I also love my Goofy card, which is so cute and fun. Oh, this isn't the one I love most. It's actually this one. This one I changed up just a tiny bit to make the roof a little more, have a little more dimension, so it looked like it was bent. And then this one's just a straight flat, you know, roof, which is okay. It's just not the look I was really trying to go for at the time. And then the other day, you guys saw me make... Actually, no, I think it's funny. Donald and Daisy are actually my favorite cards. I think it's funny that they're my favorite cards. So here is Donald's house. Again, these are this is what Daisy's house looks like on the TV show. And this is what Donald's house, I think, would look like. In Toontown, his house actually looks like a real boat. But, you know, again, it's the inspiration. Like, you guys know, all my cards are inspired by a concept. And then I just go crazy. And so I love the Daisy card. I just think that turned out so sweet with that bow and adding You're So Fabulous. I don't know. To me, it's just a fun card. Super fun. So I should actually take some of these... I'm going to the Disney outlet. I should take some cards to the Disney outlet. So today I wanted to make a Mickey Mouse card. So just like the Minnie Mouse card, in Toontown, Mickey's house is actually not... Oh, by the way, how cute are these containers? I got them at the Dollar Tree. They're for markers. And they're actually the perfect size and shape for my kids. And I usually make 3 cards. I make a sample card when I'm designing. Then I make one on Facebook Live. And then I make a third one for when I do my reels. So, so the Mickey Mouse card is based on the Toontown card. Toontown... I guess I can get out. Let me make sure. I just want to make sure I get out everything I need. The Toontown, I guess I can, I think that's it. I keep repeating myself. So Toontown, Mickey's house in Toontown is yellow. It's not black and red and yellow. So I made it a traditional, like, matching the Toontown, and I'll show you how I did it. It's relatively simple, but still so cute. It's kind of like the Up House, and but it's super fun, and I'm so happy to show you guys. So the paper I used was this Timeless Plaid, which we still have, and I used this one here, and so I had to use it twice. One side of it I had to use to punch one one piece, one side of this sheet I'm using to punch out Mickey's roof, and the other part I'm using for the background. Because it was, once I get to it, I'll show you how it was a little too matchy-matchy trying to do it the other way. So, and we're using Lemon Lolly cardstock, Shaded Spruce cardstock, and this is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and it's scored at 5 1/2. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. This is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. Yeah, that's 5 1/4. This is 5 inches. And this was actually, there's a leftover piece that comes off when you're cutting, and I just cut this in half. I think this is only, I don't know, maybe 1/2 inch. It's not very big. Maybe 1/2 inch, I think. Yeah, it's 1/2 inch. Look at that. Look at how good I am. I know that that's 1/2 inch. Oh, my ruler. You know, I love the old wooden rulers, but you know, over time they do break down. Look at, oh, I bent it. Oh, it got bent somehow. I must have fallen or something happened, because look, it's broken. I'll have to see about getting another one. I don't know why I like the wooden rollers better than the plastic ones. They're just, to me, they're just nostalgic. I'll see if I can get another one. I have a metal ruler here, but it doesn't have good measurements. It's a little too fancy. So we've got a couple different things we're using. These are new dimensionals, the Muted palette, and these are the Festive Pearls. I think we still sell these Festive Pearls. If not, we sell some gold ones that we can still use. And the Stylish Shapes. That was the only other thing I wasn't sure if we still sold, was the Stylish Shapes. So let me check really quick. I want to show you, because the Stylish Shapes is a really good die set. I forgot I even had it. I think we still sell this. Let me just search real quick. There we go. Yes, we do still sell this one. It is so good. It's all stitched, stitched circles, stitched squares, and stitched flags. I totally forgot it was so good. And I think it just kind of not fell or just slipped in somewhere where I'd forgotten about it. So I was like, oh, I'm going to use a circle today. So this is a good one. Not everything I use is always current. I just try to use what I have. And even like this paper pumpkin stamp set, you can use any sentiment you want, but this, you know, I'll show you where I got it from. So, all right, so let's get started. So we need our yellow scrap for our house. We need our punch. And yeah, so thanks for tuning in to watch, whoever you are. I'm always so excited when someone watches. Oh, we need the house. Okay. So first thing, we've got to punch out our house. Okay. Let me get my little garbage can open. There we go. And then we're going to punch a bunch of circles. Then we'll do some stamping. I'll do the stamping in a minute. We also need to punch part of the roof. So I'm just going to punch a little like piece, and you'll see what I'll do with it in a minute. Oh, and I need that heart. We need to save some of these hearts. Let me get my trusty little tray out again. Oh, good. And the tray already has my little, yeah. And when I have random things, you know, I'll use my trusty little tray from Target to keep from losing them. So I need a bunch of these little hearts punched. Okay. You just punch several of them. They're going to be the shingles eventually. This is similar to how I did the up card, which is still a really well-loved card. People really like this. I actually like this card a lot more than I thought I would. I didn't like it until I was actually putting it together on the card. I thought it was fine. It just wasn't singing to me or anything. Yeah. And so I need a bunch of these little green hearts, and I've got all this like confetti like stuff popping up. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm gonna punch like 2 more just in case, because I feel like I always mess one up when I'm doing it. I always mess like just one of them up. Okay, and then the Mickey head punch. Okay, that we're saving that. So the Mickey head that I used on my chimney. Oh, I think it's actually that one. Yeah, I think it's that one. Is this one here. You can buy this on Amazon. I happened to buy it because I wanted the different sizes. I actually wanted this tiny Mickey Mouse head. I have a single punch of Mickey Mouse that you can buy. It's like a little squishy one. I don't know if it's going to let me reach it. Oh yeah, there it is. I was going to say I had it handy. You can also buy one of these, but I needed the small one, you know. So, but again, you can buy these on Amazon. They're not crazy expensive, but obviously you're paying for the Disney name. So, so yeah, okay, I needed a little bit bigger. Okay, I guess we're punching 3 Mickey heads. All right, and I really wanted the one that just came out funny is the one that I don't want. Yeah, because it's like his ear is clipped off. There we go. Let me do this one. There we go. All right, nope. There we go. I needed this size Mickey Mouse. And so, you know, you can use whatever you want. I just kind of wanted that Mickey head. And so I just thought that was good. Okay. So again, you can buy these on Amazon, wherever you need to buy them. And so we'll go ahead and pop those just in here for a minute. We're going to need that in a minute. And that's it with this. I don't need any more of this shaded spruce cardstock for our little house. So we'll set that aside. Now we'll get to our little stamping. Oh, I put away the stamp. So we're going to get out this stamp with the doors. We're going to have to do 2 different stamps with it, stamping little pieces with it. Okay, so first I'm going to stamp. You always stamp your light color before you ever stamp your dark color. So, oh gosh, I got the biggest block possible. Like, I don't know what my brain was thinking. So first, I'm gonna stamp with the pool party, okay? And then we'll punch it out. Okay, we're gonna stamp that. And you know what, let me stamp it a second time. No, too light on the second time. Sometimes, it's funny, sometimes I can get like just the right color, but sometimes not. Now, shaded spruce is a really deep green, so I don't think it's a problem when I stamp it's not a Kelly green, but it's a bright green, you know, it's definitely a solid green. It's also a little messy, so it's always with the navies and like the darker colors. I always make a big mess. So I took this shaped circle. I'm not sure what size it is. Let me get my little ruler again. I have to buy a ruler. Maybe I have to go to the Dollar Tree tomorrow to get a good ruler. It's the 1 3/4 circle, basically. And so I could have punched a circle out of, what am I doing? Not that one. I could have punched a circle punch, but I like that this had that little bit of stitching. It just adds that little bit of character. So, and then I'm going to stamp this hey there. Okay, and this stamp, it is just a paper pumpkin stamp. I don't know if you guys remember, it's like 2 years ago, I think, 2-3 years ago, we had these stamp sets. It was a paper pumpkin kit that had a watermelon and an ice cream and a rainbow. And sometimes the stamps that they have in those paper pumpkin kits is so good that I use them forever. I mean, I've used this stamp set, especially this happy birthday, so many times. Hey there is very Mickey Mouse because, well, he usually says like, hiya, you know, like, hiya there, Mickey, or hiya there, Goofy, or Minnie, you know, with his voice. He loves to say hiya and hello there, or hello. So I felt like that was a good stamp. So we're done with that. And then I'm actually going to be cutting this one out. So I don't want to use the punch. So the punch has this little square punch. And I'm just going to line my little stamp up in it. It moved on me last second, but that's okay. And I'm actually going to punch these other two because I'm going to need them for when I do my other shorter video. I'm trying to get it to where I can do the reels and the long form videos, you know. Just doing what I love, you guys. I just love making cards, you know, and yeah, maybe I'll sell some product. I don't know. I don't really care as much about selling that stuff as of course, I'd like to make a little extra money, but you know what I really love is I just like making the craft and sharing it with you guys and sharing it with other Disney files, you know, who like Disney stuff or Disney inspired stuff. And I just think that's really fun. And so maybe they love it, maybe they hate it, but that's also fun to just kind of have other people that, you know, are gonna, you know, see your stuff. I just think that's kind of fun. And so, perfect. Done. All right, so I've cut out my door. Kind of want to trim that a little bit more. I feel like I don't want the door to have too much of a border. And the door's like a tiny bit crooked. Yeah. I think it's just the stamp in general is that way. So, we've got that. Oh, I need my scissors again. I also need to cut my chimney. So remember how I punched out part of that roof? I'm just cutting straight down. So this can be glued on to my yellow house and we'll have it pop up so I can make my little chimney. Oh, and the last part is I have to get my little, where's my piece of, that's weird. Did I put it with my Goofy one? I have a piece that I've already punched up quite a bit. No, it's not that one. Maybe I put it away. Let me see. I had a little scrap. Here it is. I was going to say, I know I have a little scrap. I need it for the roof. So remember, this is the Timeless Plaid paper. So Mickey Mouse's roof in Toontown is this color, like this calypso coral color. And his, so I was trying to figure out some way to make a cute roof, kind of like I did with the Minnie Mouse house. But I just was going back and forth about what to do. Well, this is what I came up with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my house punch. Now the back side of the paper I'm using for the base, okay? And so, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and punch my roof, my piece of roof. And, you know, that's my little scrap for later. I need to save that over there so when I do my other video. And then what I did was I stamped, in order to get a template to get the roof shape, I stamped the roof stamp onto just some white cardstock. And I'm using this as like my template for when I cut my roof out. So first things first, we got to cut off the, first things first, we got to cut off the chimney because we don't need that for the roof. And then, now you can try and put a little glue dot or something to hold it tight. I'm just gonna put it on top, I guess, or yeah, because I just wanted, I need it to be against the line here. And so I'm just gonna go in, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's just a template to try and, whoops, as I move the, just as I start cutting, I move the roof. So then I cut to the top there, and then I cut to the top here. Okay, and then I'll connect them. It's a little tricky. There we go. Oh, it ripped quite a bit there. Wonder if I can hide that. Yeah, it's okay. And then we'll cut off this little bit here. And so, again, you could use a glue dot. I'm just gonna trim that a little bit better. There we go. You can use a glue dot or something to hold it in place. I almost threw away my roof, my chimney. So first things first, I'm gonna glue down my chimney. And I'm actually gonna glue it just a tiny bit taller than the, yellow. Just a touch, because I need to hold my little Mickey head on. And so I don't want it too tall to be past the peak, but I made it just a tiny bit longer than the roof. Okay, so then, so we got to put our little, first things first, we put on our chimney. Then we have to put on, oh, I got to be careful too, because the hearts are going to come down. Oh, that's right. That's why I glued it on the back side. Okay, live and learn. Okay. So then we take all our little hearts that I painstakingly punched out. And I'm going to get some Terran tape. I found that the Terran tape was a little bit better than the white glue, just because, just a little less movement. And so all you do is you just take your Terran tape, and so you've got the edge of your house, you know, you got the edge of your roof guesstimated right there. So and take my little glue pieces off. Oops. And I'm just going to start placing my hearts as shingles along that edge. You don't want it too far down, but you don't want it too far up. It's like a tricky little balance. And I put them right next to each other. And just keep going. Okay. And again, another layer of tear and tape. Again, you don't want the tear and tape to show, so you just kind of glue the tips, but there. And oops, I've got two. My nieces, the twins, are going to be 2 in just a few days. And that is just so wild. They're on vacation in Hawaii with their parents. Their parents are like adventurous, like people. Well, hence the traveling with twin toddlers. But they were always like hikers, and they liked traveling, going places, and so that was always their thing. So it's pretty cool. I'm glad they're training the girls to do what they love too, you know, because I think that, you know, they'd probably die a little inside if they didn't have some of that joy, you know, continuing. Oh, there's a black Mickey Mouse head that I punched out. I guess that was in the tray. Just again, put your little shingles on. The hearts are the perfect shingles, aren't they? I mean, how cute is that? Then, last piece up at the top. I feel like my heart shingles are a little crooked, but it'll be fine. All right. Okay, there we go. And so we've got that. And then we're going to put our little roof right here. We're going to pop our roof right in the edge. But what I am going to do before I put the roof on, I'm going to trim just the tiniest bit off the edge of the roof here, because don't cut your chimney, but you'll find that it shows a little bit if you're not careful. It'll just show, and that bothered me a little bit, as I just didn't like seeing the other house underneath. So, you know, just trimming off that little tiny, not even a 1/16 of an inch off the top is a good little, come on, come off my finger. Just a good little trick. And so then I'm just going to cut up some dimensionals here. I think these might be too big. Yeah, these are a little too big. I'm going to use the minis. There they are. So turn your roof over. I was just about to put them on the wrong side of the roof. Ooh, this is even a little too big. These are too big too. So we're going to cut these in half. I was going to say these are too big as well. I guess it's okay on that side. I told you, I think I cut my roof a little funny. We'll see. But they're not going to fit on the other side. So I'm not quite sure what I did wrong. But maybe when I was cutting off this side, I don't know. So oops. And then I'm going to cut, these are a little bit too wide. I'm just going to cut these minis in half. Okay. La da da. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Get my little house on, the roof on. This one is like so much wider, this side. It's like too wide. Okay, there we go. It'll be fine. Okay, let me just get it on the house so the roof doesn't show underneath. And so this is why trimming up, oh my gosh, there's so much of my little glue showing here on the chimney. We've got to clean that up. Clean that up, clean that up, clean that up. There we go. All right, I had to push back. I had all this extra glue coming off the chimney. So done. So now we have our little roof. Then we'll just pop on our little door. Glue that down. Take two little windows we punched out. And just a little dot of glue. You don't have to put a ton of glue. Just a dot. And Mickey Mouse's door is so cute. It has like a Mickey shaped window. I thought that was pretty cute. I haven't been there in a long time. When Toontown was created, oh, that one's bunk. I don't want that one. When Toontown was created way back in the 90s, it really, like, bigger kids weren't, we were older. I mean, we weren't really allowed, from what we thought, to go on any of the rides and stuff. I mean, that's what we were, like, essentially told. And it could have been that my brother said that because he didn't want to go on any of those rides, because I don't remember ever going to Toontown, like, ever. Until I was an adult. And so I thought it was funny that that's what I thought. It could be that my brother was sneaky, but who knows. But it was fun. I just remember everything was all wonky and wild. So, okay, so we're done with that, done with that. So now we have our little house. Then I went ahead and I would put a little glue dot here, and that's going to go on the top of the chimney, because I thought that was a fun addition. I thought about adding like a Mickey to the peak of the house, but to me it felt a little trite. I don't know, to put it right there. It's trite to technically put it even on the chimney, but it's fine. So, all right, so let's go ahead and glue all this together. So I decided to use instead of the check, because look, see why I had to change the side of the paper? Because the check on the check just looks weird. So I changed the side of the paper and flipped it over to this plaid side. And it gives like a really nice contrast. I almost put a bow on this card, but I felt like that was a little overkill. There is this really gorgeous shaded spruce ribbon that we have that's so pretty, but the bow was like overkill. Look how pretty this ribbon is. I was trying to figure out putting a bow and it would be nice, but I don't know, I just thought it's like overkill and glittery, and to me it just didn't feel very Mickey Mouse. So we've got that. Let's glue that down. Oh, I didn't put any glue on the back, duh. Glue down my front. Okay, there we go. Oops. go. And we've got our dimensionals here for our hey there and our house. I use up all my little pieces. Oh, there's a piece here. All right. And I'm going to pop that right in that corner. And the little house, on the back of the house, I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece here. Okay. So, put the dimensionals all along the back. Oops, I meant to put that one a little higher. You're going to put this one dimensional a little bit higher because you're going to attach your Mickey to it. There we go. That's why I wanted that. So I'm going to attach my Mickey head to the top of his little chimney right there. So you want it to where it doesn't show too much of the squareness, but so there we go. So we got that going, and we got this going. Putting this together. Putting this together. Crafting is my thing. I just like making pretty things with paper. That's what I used to always tell people when, you know, that was my business spiel. I just spiel was I always just like saying I like making pretty things with paper, which is really true. Pretty Disney inspired things. It's so cute. Look how cute he is. And I know it's a little strange that Mickey's house is not red and black, but I guess they didn't want it matchy-matchy or something, which I kind of understand, but I think I'm going to make a house that's clearly Mickey and clearly Minnie as well, because I feel like it doesn't remind me of Mickey and Minnie. So. Okay. There we go. And this little trim piece came from, there was a little piece when I was cutting out the fronts, it was like an inch long, so I cut it in half, so I had a little trim piece to put on the inside. Oh, I could glue one of those little Mickey heads on the inside even, if I wanted, because I've got extras there. I should, while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, let's see. Let me glue one here. 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 Maybe it's too much. Here. Yeah, I'll glue them over there. This little tiny one. Just a tiny Mickey head in the corner. Just for fun. Done. So that's our card. Oh, except I've got little dimensionals. So the other thing I like to add when I'm making these Mickey cards or any Disney card is I like to use, we got our embellishments. So first we got to put our doorknob on. There we go. First we got to put our doorknob on. So I'm just going to use a gold pearl. These are from the Festive Pearls. I think these might be retired, but you can use any little, you know, metallic looking pearl or dot that'll work perfect. Oops, and I want to put it right over the doorknob part of the stamp. Done. Then I went ahead and I got these out. This isn't Lemon Lolly. This yellow is, it's one of the new colors that we have. But it still looked so good. So if you take one of the large dots and two of the small ones, it 9 times out of 10, with at least with these Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, it'll make a perfect Mickey Mouse head and ears. You just gotta pay attention to where you're putting them so they look right, but oh, come on, quit flipping over. There we go. My little dot is like a little runaway dot. It will come to me, the name of this yellow, because this one is like peach pie or something, and this one is like soft, not soft sky, but something's sky. I can't think of the names now, but there are new colors. So that is our card for today. I mean, not hard, right? As a whole, it's like really simple. And again, don't forget, I have several other cards that I've made videos of that you can go check out how I made them. And the Goofy one is in a box down here. Let me grab the Goofy and the Donald one. I'm going to be doing a video on them later, so that's why I keep putting them back. So then there's the Goofy one and the Donald one. The Donald one, I think, Donald and Daisy are actually my favorite cards so far, which is funny. You'd think I'd love the Mickey and Minnie most. But these just turned out so good, these cards. So I can't get enough of them. So just wanted to, you know, share my newest creation with you guys. And that's it. It's not too difficult a card. It's a little fiddly with the little shingles, but I'll hold it up a little closer so you can see the shingles. But they do turn out really nice when you put them on. They give like a really good effect of shingles. And so I just think they look really, really good. And you can also see how the Mickey on the chimney, it blends in almost, because if you push it, if you put it at just the right angle, it'll be flush, so to speak. And then our little dots. So yeah, a little hay there. So just the inside, just good little card, quick little card. I think the bow would have been too much, right? Adding the shaded spruce bow would have made it more feminine, which is fine, but I don't know. I think it's just such a sweet little card, you know? So that is our card for today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. Always like and share and all that jazz that people say to do, yada yada. So it's always greatly appreciated. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to do one more house card, and then we're done with the house cards for now until I come up with a different inspiration. I'll move on to something else that's fun. But I appreciate you guys, and thanks for tuning in. All right, bye.